everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My channel is called Video Creation Tips for Entrepreneurs and Others. My name is Mike LaValle. I'm the owner and CEO of Triple M Video Productions out of St. Petersburg, Florida. I have over 20 years of television experience, writing and producing and directing. What we do on this channel is each week we give video creation tips on how to turn do-it-yourself videos into more professional looking ones. So if you do like what you see here, by all means hit subscribe. Drop us a like, that always helps. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask down in the comments section. I'll be happy to answer them for you. And if you happen to be on your phone, make sure you go into YouTube settings and make sure notifications are turned on so that you don't miss any of our content. So this week's tip is a two-part tip. This week will be part one. Next week will obviously be part two. And what the tip is what height to set your camera at. Now, most of the time when you're out and about shooting your video, you're not going to have someone on camera, so the height of your camera will depend on what you're looking for in the look of your shot. We've discussed composition before. We'll get more deeply into everything as the weeks go along, but for now, what we're specifically talking about today is when you're shooting talent, when you're interviewing somebody perhaps, or if you're just shooting people, they don't even have to be looking in the camera. The examples I'm going to show you, they will be looking at the camera, like an interview style. But if you're just shooting talent, for whatever reason, maybe they're doing a skit or, for whatever reason, you want to put your camera the same height as your talent's eye level. That's where you want it to be. And there's a reason for this. It's because you want your audience to think of themselves as the person on the video, the talent, if you will. You want them to think of themselves as their equals. And that's why we shoot at eye level. And also, it's easier for the talent, if they are perhaps looking into the camera, if it's at eye level. So, and this is also the same whether you're shooting shooting someone by yourself, like the examples we've been showing, or if you're shooting people in as a group, a couple, like as you're seeing here. Now, obviously, most couples aren't going to be the exact same height, so how do you shoot them eye level all the time? Well, you kind of just work around it. You get them to somehow like pose like this couple here. And, that way they can get their eyes at the same level, and then you can put the camera at that particular eye level. This also goes for if you happen to be shooting groups, like 3 people or more, and the camera is set back a little. And again, not everybody's going to be the same height. I get that. So you kind of have to work around it. If somebody is shorter, obviously one person might be shorter than the other 2. And in this particular case, you would put the short person in the middle. And, and you just kind of work around it. You just kind of get it to as close as you can, to all to the eye level. You have to kind of work around it. Let's face it. Not everybody's going to be the same height, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Just work around it, pull the camera back, and that way, what you don't want, here's what we'll get into. What you don't want is to shoot down at somebody, such as this example where you're, that's what you don't want, because that's, this woman is not your equal. She looks like a subordinate. Or you don't want to shoot directly up at somebody, because then it feels like, she's got more power over you. And anyway, so that's what you don't want. You don't want to shoot up at somebody. You don't want to shoot down at somebody. Now, next week, what we're going to get into is when you would do something like that. And that will be part 2. But that's for next week. For this week, again, camera height at your talent's eye level. And if it's 2 people, try and get them to make their eye level equal. If it's a group, put the shortest one in the middle and just do your best to work around it. Okay, that's it for this week. And I will be back next week with another tip. Until then, I'm Mike LaValle from Triple M Video Productions. See you next week.